Hey everyone, welcome back. Today is one of the big days for the garden. Twice a year we do a major reno to the garden, and this time of year it is time to bring in all of the tropicals. So I'm going to do a few videos today, and the main plant we're going to be bringing in right now is the hibiscus here. It is a tropical hibiscus. It's not a hardy one, so it's going to have to come out of the ground. But in order to do that, we're going to have to dig out a taro and dig out some cannas, or at least cut them down. So let's get started on that. Alright, so I just ran and got a pot. This is the size of the pot we are going to put the hibiscus in there. It's quite a good size hibiscus. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's still full of flowers. We want to get to it before the frost comes. This is one that we're going to bring in and store inside. Some of these other ones, if they get touched by frost, not a big deal. They're going to be getting stored in the garage, but this one being it's going to turn into a house plant, we want it to stay pretty. This is the size of pot, as I say, and some of our other projects for the day are going to be much bigger plants, and this is going to be more the size of the pots we're using for some of the bananas and the Bergmansias today. So that won't be in this video, but make sure you stay tuned and you'll see us dig up some really big bananas. Alright, so a few other tools we're going to use. I'm going to use some cutters to cut down the canna lilies. Not sure if we're going to leave them in the ground or if we're going to take them out for the winter. I know I'm going to leave some cannas in, I'm just not sure which ones are which. But I need to cut those down in order to get to the hibiscus. And then of course we have our trusty shovel here. My wife is going to be helping us today. She's been in a few other videos, Tracy. She has her own YouTube channel now as well, Tracy DIY Mom. So if you want to see a little bit more stuff like this and other DIY projects, check out her channel. It'll be interesting to see how it's going to evolve, so you guys can watch it evolve with us. And we don't know exactly the direction it's going to be heading, but we do have a pretty good idea. So anyways, let's get started.
Alright, I want to cut. Go.
I'm going to clear some of these big pots out of the way. We also, I don't know if you can see him, but our bulldog is going to be in this one as well. So it's kind of sad. Some of these taros, they were in the shade. They're haven't even bloomed for us yet. Some of the other ones on the sunnier side of the garden did bloom, but these ones just get an early compost.
Yeah, some of them are like 2 feet tall, not even. Where are we going? You just gotta get over them?
Whatever you think. Kind of a shame. It was just too cold of a start to the year. The cannas were just about to start blooming for us on this side, but now they're compost. I think, well, she's working on that. I'm going to plan on how we're going to get this taro out of the ground here. It's not the biggest taro. It's called a giant elephant ear, but it's only about 3 feet tall. Once we get onto the other side, into the bigger vegetation there that I talked about earlier, there's some massive taros, ones that are probably 5 or 6 feet tall. So I think we'll start with a medium pot. Hopefully you can hear me with the airplane above. And I'm going to be digging that out while she's planning on how to remove this hibiscus.
God, huge.
Now we work our dirt very often, so it's very light and fluffy, so these will have no trouble just popping out of the ground. If you want to hold it up, I'll just put a couple scoops of dirt in.
Yeah, go on your nose.
Stay. Find it.
Find it.
Alright, so just threw that in like that. It's not full of dirt, but this is how it's going to be stored for the winter time. And I think once it's in the garage, I'll make sure I almost dig down and expose the corms that are there. I find that it rots quite easily if moisture is allowed to hang out around here, moist dirt and that. So we'll leave it for that, or like that for now. And on to the hibiscus.
I do expect this to have a much bigger root ball. Oh goodness. Gotta go once from the front.
Yep. Here. Look at the size of the root system on this. I don't know if you guys can see that. Whew. Hopefully we don't need a bigger pot. I think I'm gonna trim this big root ball right here.
We're gonna leave the canna in there.
And we'll remove the canna too.
If you can, yeah. Save any of the big ones that are loose, and I'm sure it'll be fine.
So we'll remove a small section of roots there. Remove a few cannas. I think it's gonna fit.
I think this side needs to go.
I may just empty the soil. Now we turned the sprinklers off as well a few weeks ago, and although it's been kind of foggy, it hasn't been wet, so the dirt is nice and dry. Comes off easily, no mud. I think it's a perfect day to do this.
That side is thick.
You might have to
Just not be straight in the pot.
do you want me to empty that, or?
I don't know. Let's see first.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. There we go.
Big holes over that side.
I think this chunks just throw back at me. There we go. So, a lot more roots than I expected there to be. We put it in a small pot because it's going in our house. Now, a note on this pot, it doesn't actually have drain holes, so we'll have to be careful how much we water it so that we don't actually drown the roots. But I figure with no holes, it's going to be much safer for our hardwood floors than a pot potentially leaking out the bottom. So we're not going to bring it straight in the house. We're going to still leave it outside because we haven't had frost yet. We don't plan on having frost for probably another couple weeks anyways. But this will be a good transition time for it.
Under the covered area.
So yeah, we'll put it somewhere sheltered. Oh, anyways.
Heavy.
That was a heavier plant than I thought it was for sure. So the next ones are going to be massive. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you like this video. Make sure you stay tuned because we are going to be removing a lot of the stuff that's behind me today. And this is the smallest one of the ones that we have to remove today. So check out that. Remember to check out Tracy's channel there, Tracy DIY Mom. I'll put a link to that in the description below. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a few minutes.